Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're doing something kind of cool. We are deconstructing the spirit of West Virginia Day. Now, we're going to put a tiny, highly literal excerpt right under the microscope. Sometimes the absolute most profound insights, they don't come from hundreds of pages of dry data. Nope, they come from just a handful of perfectly chosen words. So, let's dive right in.
Take a look at this first excerpt. It literally gives us the title of our source text, The Spirit of West Virginia Day. And what's honestly so fascinating here is just that single word, spirit. I mean, the authors could have so easily just slapped a dry administrative label on it, right? They could have just written the name of the day as a basic calendar event. But by dropping in the word spirit, they instantly elevate the whole thing. It goes from a mere chronological marker to something much larger. It's no longer just a random Tuesday or Friday, it's an ethos. It implies this intangible quality. A shared feeling or a collective energy that you're explicitly supposed to invoke on this specific occasion.
All right, moving into Section 1, the spirit of the day, deconstructing the excerpt. And this setup brilliantly illustrates the core dynamic we're looking at. Just picture a regular day, a standard, unmarked 24 hours, where the sun comes up, goes down, and we just kind of go about our daily grind. Now contrast that mundane routine with West Virginia Day, which is uniquely elevated by its spirit. So the absolute crucial point to take away here is that this text isn't just announcing an event on the calendar, it is aggressively contrasting the totally mundane with the extraordinary. It's basically asking us to recognize that this specific day is absolutely infused with a unique regional essence that sets it entirely apart from the rest of the year. It's a day defined not by hours on a clock, but by pure identity.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, West Virginia Identity, the Location Identifier.
Okay, let's isolate the very next part of the source text. It's literally just this, right in parentheses, West Virginia. The full phrase from the source is, no joke, West Virginia, Day, parentheses, West Virginia. Now, you might look at that at first glance and think, well, that's just a redundant administrative tag. But let's look a little closer. This brilliant, incredibly simple repetition firmly roots the identity of the day into a definitive, undeniable place. It takes that abstract spirit we were just talking about and anchors it right into concrete, geographical bedrock. By placing it in parentheses immediately after the name, the text acts as this echoing reminder of exactly where this identity belongs. It's a totally self-affirming statement. So, when we synthesize all this source material together, what do we actually get? Well, we get a fascinating, strictly contained definition. West Virginia Day is an observance explicitly categorized and identified by the region of West Virginia. And what makes this just so mind-blowingly compelling to me is its completely self-referential nature. The source text doesn't try to define the day by some key historical milestone. It doesn't rely on a famous person or a specific cultural industry. Actually, no, scratch that. It defines itself solely by itself. The state pride is so hyper-localized, so incredibly concentrated, that the primary way the text qualifies West Virginia Day is literally just to immediately reiterate West Virginia. It is a perfectly closed loop of regional identity, and it's presented to us with just unbelievable efficiency.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with this final kind of provocative thought. What truly defines the spirit of a state's day? We've just seen exactly how a mere handful of words, literally just a title invoking spirit, and a parenthetical repetition can basically encapsulate an entire region's assertion of its own identity. It really makes you realize just how much weight our language actually carries, even in the absolute briefest of designations. It's such a great reminder that even the simplest texts are making bold statements if we just take the time to really look at them. So next time you see a regional holiday marked on your calendar, ask yourself, what spirit is it trying to invoke? And how exactly is that identity grounded? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, keep questioning what you read.